I saw this story.
Cybertruck.
Twitch streamer broke her back after jumping. This foam pit situation is just, it's brutal, man. Like, I watched this clip, you know, because I saw it on Twitter. And I come to find out it's not even the first injury that takes place in there.
Yeah, there were many people who got injured.
And it's just interesting how it works in your head that you see a foam pit. I mean, it's not interesting. It's obvious. You see a foam pit, you think it's going to be very soft.
You jump in there immediately?
You just think it's going to be soft. And it doesn't look soft at all.
No.
It just looks like hitting concrete. Now, granted, you look to the outside and then in retrospect, having jumped, you realize what you're really in for, because you look to the side and you realize,
yeah, there's no dugout.
No, it's just the concrete floor and then some cubes. And if you miss hitting mostly foam cube, you're just floor. It's just going to be floor at that point.
Yeah, unfortunately,
off the pedestal.
They had to find out the hard way.
And now in this case, Adriana hit the floor on the tailbone, direct impact. She had knocked off the other streamer, I assume. The whole thing was being streamed. And this is the tweet. I broke my back in 2 places. I'm getting surgery to put a meter rod in for support. Send your support. When it rains, it pours. I'm definitely feeling the rain right now. And it's just brutal. Obviously, the responsibility here is whoever is building and monitoring this thing.
Yeah.
To create, I mean, nothing is ever 100% safe, but like something closer to an actual foam pit if you're going to do this at all. If you're going to do this, you're going to need to build those walls up higher and have people climb into it so that you have more foam. Do you understand what I mean? You're going to have a whole different construction for this thing.
Yeah, and I looked at Twitter, and someone posted like a real correct way to build a foam pit, and it's deep. It's supposed to be like
at least twice as deep as it was.
Way deeper.
3 times as deep.
It's supposed to have a net underneath as well to carry all the foam. And
then and then the net has give to it as well. Yeah, you're talking about in like in an actual kind of permanent setting where people are jumping on trampolines and yeah, of course I've seen those. And that's, I think, what people that were at this event were imagining when they saw this foam pit, is they were imagining something like that.
Yes.
And that is not what they were looking at.
No.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal. And as many people mentioned on Twitter, when it comes to a back injury, this is the most sensitive. I mean, you're talking about the spinal cord. You're talking about the nerves. And in some cases, this thing is never the same, Will.
Oh, yeah, here it is.
Many cases.
Yeah.
Trust me, I get it. You got to go deeper with of course. They even have a trampoline at the very bottom. So it has give to it. It's a recessed trampoline.
So what happens next? Do you think she's going to sue Twitch?
Not Twitch. I don't think.
Or whoever holds TwitchCon.
Well, no, so the actual thing was put on by Lenovo.
Oh.
That actual booth was put on by Lenovo Legion.
Okay.
Now, I don't know to what extent they're responsible for the construction. Do they hire that out? Is the convention center in any way involved? Is the convention in any way involved? You see what I'm saying, Will?
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. I don't have those answers. Here, I guess, is a comment from Lenovo. We are aware of the incidents of TwitchCon visitors who sustained injuries in the Gladiator game soft foam pit. Not very soft after all. Lenovo booth. Lenovo communications officer Lisa Marie Farrell told Gizmodo in an email, safety remains our top priority and we're working with event organizers to look into the incident. So again, it's like, is there an event organizer and then Lenovo is just sponsoring the event? Or do they have their people there actually running the booth?
Huh.
It's these are all questions that are going to come out, I'm sure, in the coming weeks, answers that are going to come out via questions in the coming weeks. But when you have multiple people injured in a short period of time, and you've obviously done something, you've obviously failed. You've obviously failed to do what you had hoped to do. You did not hope to do that. That wasn't the goal. And now you're going to have to make up for it. And I mean, obviously, in some cases, you can't even really make up for it, Will. Because if you all of a sudden...
It's a lifelong injury.
Yes, if your back is screwed up for the rest of your life... See, it seems to really depend on the way that you land, you know?
Well, of course.
If you can kind of land sideways instead of, that's the busted knee.
Dislocated knee.
Can we see that one again? This was the other injury? I hadn't seen this clip. So the other person falls off kind of sideways. She just goes in. Wow, it is so weird what happens, how your body is not prepared for the fall, so you're not really bracing yourself. So in this case, she is assuming it's going to be way more foamy. And so she just kind of drops in without really bracing the knee or the hip or anything.
Yeah.
And you can just see the knee buckle here. Wham. Oh. Ah. Dislocated knee. And a sprained ankle. I will never be able to trust Twitch at another convention in my entire life. That's the thing. We read about it, right? And we're doing the report on it, or we're just, like everybody else, reading about it. And then, but you have distance from it. But if you've ever had a serious injury, which I have, I don't know if you have, I have. It's intense, man. You could be out for a long period of time. Your whole daily activities change. You may never approach things in the exact same fashion. We're just these biological...
meat sacks.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
It's brutal out here. So I hope everybody gets better or as good as possible. You know what I mean? I hope everybody can recover and it's not like that. And the modern miracles of medicine, they can put people back together and it's going to be okay. That's the hope. And then obviously for whichever liability, whoever's involved in this can contribute to try to make it right in some way or another. So Twitch, the convention center, Lenovo, whoever it is.